All right, we are back. 2 streams of Final Fantasy VII is more than enough. So we are back with Skyrim. What do we have? I think I can equip this. I doubt it'll do much damaging. Whatever. Harvesting. We last time
You there? Where did you come from?
came out of that lake house
Strange. It
to
looks
this.
like you just came out of the Jarl's private lake house.
Indeed. Seems we did go through a time portal.
A what? Oh, I see. You're a little bit crazy. Well, you're in good company here, my friend. Lots of us weren't thinking straight when we arrived. It's the first day of last seed, I bet.
Oh, that's interesting. First day of last seed, they give a specific. They give a specific date. Let's do that. One, and then last seed. What month is last seed? It's just a reskin of the Gregorian calendar. It is August.
I guess you hit your head pretty hard coming down the shaft, huh? It's the 194th year of the Fourth Era, of course. Look, you seem a little... you know. So I'll make this nice and simple for you. Live by our laws, and we'll all get along just fine. Don't hurt anyone, don't steal anything. Same as anywhere else. Only the punishment here is much, much worse. The Jarl can tell you more, and help you get settled in. Might even have some quarters for you. I can take you to him if you like. Follow me. So, this is our farmland where we grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you ever want is leek, cabbage, and potato. If you have goods, the merchants at the market up ahead will be happy to see you. Most of us have few belongings.
Let me just make sure. No, it isn't Hearthfire. Last seed, so it isn't 8. Let's try 7.
He brought in with.
Yes, it is 7. And you'll see it down here as well. Okay.
Morning, Gulvar.
Morning, Nismar. Above us is the sun under the ground. It's strange and no substitute for the real sun, of course, but these days it doesn't bother me. What bothers me is the Citadel folk. Take Jormund, for example, standing up there on his balcony looking down on us. Just look at him. Yeah, Jormund, you're a really big man, aren't you? Milk drinker.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your strapping new friend, Gulvar?
We're on our way to see the Jarl.
Neat.
There'll be time for you to get your claws into our friend here later.
I look forward to it. You should come for a drink at my tavern, the Golden Sentinel, tonight. Just about everyone's there after dark.
Be careful with Rastasia. She... well... it's not my place to say. There's enough gossip in this place as it is. It's a small city after all. Only 24 of us at the moment. 23 if you don't count Brandis, who's halfway to the next life. Luke is barely managing to keep him alive. This is the Citadel, where the Jarl and his guests live. If you manage to worm your way in with them, you might get to live here too.
Gulver, what do you think you're doing? You're meant to be working the Owl's farm, not trudging dirt into his citadel.
Hjalman, take it easy, would you? I was just showing our new friend here to the Jarl.
Well, how about you get back to work, and I take our new friend the rest of the way? If you don't work, none of us eat, Gulver. Remember that.
How could I forget? Fine, I'll get back to work. It was nice meeting you, my friend. Stop by for a chat anytime you like.
I'm sorry about that. That probably sounded a bit harsh, but it's my job to make sure we all have enough to eat. I'm Yormund. Let's head up to the next floor then, shall we? Stay close behind me. Wouldn't want you getting lost now, would we?
Yeah. Why aren't you moving, mate?
It's good to see a new face here. Haven't had any new arrivals in a while. Since Marius. But he mostly keeps to himself. Bit secretive, actually. Most people are pretty friendly though, and so they should be. This is the closest you'll get to Sovngarde in all of Tamriel. No crime, no conflict. Most folk don't even bother locking the doors. Even if you could steal something without breaking the dwarves' law, it's not as if you could sell it to anyone here.
Oh, welcome. I'm Gaia. Do come and say hello when you're free.
Always got her nose buried in a book, that one. Helps out Brawl down in the city, our resident expert about the history and laws of the Dwemer. Last I heard, they were trying to track down some dwarven artifacts. You should ask Brawl about it, if you're into that sort of thing. This is the Citadel kitchen. Remember to be polite to our cook Asanchi. She does her best with what she has, which isn't much. Now let's head up to the Owl's floor. Alright, so we're about to meet Jarl Metellus. There's a couple of things you should know about him, if you want to make a good impression. First, he was the first one here. Well, he was here before the rest of us anyway. So the Citadel is his, and we're all his guests. Second, he's very protective of this place, and won't tolerate anyone disturbing the peace. So be on your best behavior, and you should be fine.
Oh, darn. That's definitely not his steal.
This is the top of the Citadel. The bathhouse is off limits, and I'm not even sure what's behind the gold door. Only the Jarl has ever gone in there. Alright, you're on your own from here. I've got lazy farmers to supervise. Good luck with the Jarl, and I'll see you around.
Let's leave the party here.
What can I do for you, friend?
The reason I left the party out is if the Jarl stands up,
There's a face I don't
it's
recognize.
possible for him to be
Welcome
pushed
to my
over,
city. I'm Jarl
which causes him to die, and
Tell
that
me,
starts a whole
what is
thing.
your name? It's always exciting to meet a new member of our small community. Now, before I forget, since you're here for good, you'll need some quarters. Here's a key to the last vacant chambers down in the city, between Brawl and Luki. It's all yours. Now tell me, what brings you to my city? I sent you here. I'm not sure what you mean. Well, let's see. This is my handwriting. The victims of an unspeakable atrocity. I will open a portal that will take you into the past. You must go back. This is real, isn't it? I've even toyed with the idea of creating a portal between 2 points in time, with Brawl's help. But that's odd. My letter makes no mention of what caused the disaster. I suppose I was in a hurry. So tell me, what's going to happen to us? That's exactly what I saw when I first discovered this place, several years ago. It seems whatever happened then is going to happen again. I think it has something to do with the dwarves' lore. This is bad. This is very, very bad. Yes, you see, the dwarves who built this place left inscriptions. Brawl hasn't been able to fully translate them, but we understand some parts. This warning keeps coming up. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. We think that breaking the law here will cause some kind of event. The truth is, I've used the dwarves' law to frighten my people into obedience, and it's worked so far. But someone's about to break that law. Let me think. Your arrival here is exactly what I need. You've helped me a great deal by bringing this note to my attention. I wonder if you could do me another favor. I need you to investigate the city, talk to my people, help them, if it'll win their trust. You can even go through their possessions if you have to. You must work out who is going to break the dwarves' law. Once you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. As Jarl, I authorize you to go anywhere you need to go, including private homes. But if someone asks you to leave, you should do so immediately. I can't promise either of those things, but I will certainly do everything within my power to help you once you've helped my people. And of course, if you decide to stay, I would make sure you enjoy a comfortable life here. Now what do you say? Will you help me? Thank you. Now, you mustn't tell anybody where you're from or what may be about to happen here. People do foolish things when they panic. If it helps you, you're welcome to borrow the book on my desk. It contains the names and addresses of my subjects. Just don't show it to anyone. Goodbye for now, and good luck. I don't need to tell you what will happen if you fail.
All right. Let's group everyone up. And let's kind of do a bit of a test of Mantella. Or I guess this would be really a test of GPT-5. Interesting. What's all the way over there? Let's wait for Mantella to work, of course. Okay, am I gonna get everybody connected? Come on, Mantel. There we go. Just end it and then start.
Rumorin, if the next guard tells me to keep my hands to
Oh, wow.
myself, I'll
That's
oblige
not
by
good.
keeping them wrapped around my coinpus.
That is no good at all. Exit out and restart Mantella. Great, I now have 2 houses. Nice.
So much work.
Got my eye on ya. Sorry, young'un. No idea what you're saying. What? Did you say something to me? No use talking to me, young'un. Can't hear a word you're saying. Both me ears went years ago. Still got my one good eye, though. Used to be a vigilant offender till I slipped up. You take it from me. You ever find yourself toe-to-toe with the flame Atronach, you make sure you put some distance between you before you kill it. Otherwise, whoosh. Eyes, ears, and hair gone, all at the same time.
Alright. Now let's try Mantella again. It says only 3 of them. It doesn't have Onmin in there, but I guess it works enough. Huh. on.
It appears the dwarves law translates to the many shall suffer the sins of the one. Perhaps any crime shall result in the destruction we saw upon. Entering this city, we have been asked by the Jarl to determine who will break the law and prevent the atrocity we saw upon entering. The Jarl could not promise returning us to our own time unfortunately.
A city where one fool dooms all. Dunmer always did love their puzzles with sharp teeth. Cesargo says we find the lever puller before he pulls, yes.
If the law triggers on any crime, then theft, assault, even trespass could be catastrophic. We need a precise definition of sin as the Dwemer man did. I can start by interviewing the steward and the priest, if any, and comparing their accounts.
So, no stealing sweet trolls, no stabbing nobles, and no jaywalking. Terrible vacation spot. I can mingle with the workers, drink something questionable, and see who's nursing a grudge big enough to end the world.
If we accept we might be trapped, we should act quickly but not provoke anything. I'll map patrol routes, wards, and any tonal mechanisms tied to enforcement. If the law is literal, there will be a trigger lattice somewhere.
Sounds good. I will visit a person named Brawl. He's the resident dwarf expert. He also assisted with the time portal. Perhaps he may know how to return us to the future.
Cesargo proves, if Brawl toys with time, he toys with traps. Cesargo will keep ears and whiskers sharp for any tone or hamwai you speak.
I'll canvass the archives and the steward's notes for how they define theft, assault, and blasphemy here. If the law is enforced by a lattice, it will have phrasing or symbols that repeat. I'll copy everything and meet you by the bats.
I'll go charm the miners and servants. If someone's about to light the fuse, they've been muttering about it over stew. I'll bring back names, grudges, and a polite lack of stolen spoons.
I'll trace the city's choke points and watch rotations, starting with the market and the shrine. If the trigger is physical, it's likely near a central resonator or a sealed door. If anything feels like the eye's breath, I'll mark it and wait for you.
That went wonderful. I do not think any of these NPCs have character bios or anything for them. In theory, I could create that in the override folder, or even just the, not override folder, the override file or the main file, the character bios for Mantella, but that seems like quite a bit of effort. I can't even be bothered to update some voice packs. Where's the way out? The way out. Where the girl went.
Oh, hello there, dear. Oh my, it's very nice of you to take an interest in my life, dear. But you don't need to humor an old woman. Really? Well, you're the first person in the city to say that. Well, let's see. These days I mostly just sweep the streets here, keep them clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness, or so they say. It's not very inspiring, as you can imagine, but the alternative is to wind up like poor Dooley. Oh, you haven't met him yet? Don't worry, I'm sure he'll introduce himself to you sooner or later. He's homeless. He lives in a cave by the lake. I feel sorry for him. I think most of us do. But ever since his brother died, he's been obsessing over some long-lost treasure. The Jarl decided because he can't work, he doesn't deserve to live in a house like the rest of us. So he lives in a tent in a cave of sorts. But don't let him drag you into it. I'm quite sure it's imaginary. A great loss can do terrible things to a person's mind. Well, anyway, that's about all there is about me to tell, I'm afraid. I'm not very interesting. Well, the most important thing in my life is prayer. So let me ask you, have you found room in your heart for Mara, the Mother Goddess? Oh, I see how it is. Well, there may not be room in your heart for Mara, but there's always room in Mara's heart for you. I'll pray for you. Oh, well, goodbye.
Talk to everybody. Get whatever information we can.
Help! There's a looter coming into the city. I saw a man come down the shaft, but he was armed and he looked like a looter. If he makes it into the city and starts attacking people, he'll break the dwarves' law, and who knows what will happen. You have to stop him. Everybody, go home and lock your doors.
So out here doesn't trigger the dwarves' law?
I'll try and make this quick.
Take that! Try, damn you! Take that!
You really had no chance in this fight.
That's the end of that.
One less thing to worry about.
Shadow hide you.
What was that?
That takes care of them. So,
Last mistake.
what's next? Please, other than fighting.
Try, damn
There's no way to make a living.
Let's get this over with!
That's your decision.
Time to end this little game.
Your last mistake.
Think you can take me?
Why?
Won't!
Ass!
Dark Brotherhood Warlock.
Victory will be mine!
You
say.
Such is the power of the written word.
Oh, this is worth selling.
If anyone sneaks up on us, I'll smell them coming. Or I might not. We will see.
Construct. See if I can.
Is it over? Is it safe? Oh, thank the gods. What a relief. We're so lucky that you arrived in time to stop them. I'll be sure to tell everyone what you've done for us. Thank you so much. If there's ever anything my husband Habik and I can do to help you, just ask. Quintus? No, there's no one by that name here. But if you're looking for an Imperial, I'd check the Citadel. That place is crawling with Imperials. Oh, there's not much to tell. My husband Habik runs the clothing store in town. You should stop by. I'm sure you'll leave looking much better. Not that you don't look good now, I mean, it's just... You know, nice clothes are... Oh, who am I kidding? I'm no good at selling anything. I guess that's why they've got me sweeping the floors, day in, day out. Well, that, and we weren't invited to be layabouts in the Jarl's Citadel. Did you see anyone working in the Citadel? I'll bet you didn't. They just amuse themselves all day, while those of us down here do all the work. And why? Because Habik's a Redguard and I'm a Breton. I bet if we were both Imperial, it'd be a different story. The worst part is we left Solitude to get away from bigoted Nords after our son died. But here the Imperials are even worse. Of course. Oh. No offense, but I'd rather not talk about it. Too many painful memories. And besides, there are enough sad stories around this place as it is. But if you're interested, you can talk to my husband, Habik, in his shop, Firefly Finery. What would we do? Start a rebellion? No way. Not after the dwarves' warning. You know, the many shall suffer for the sins of the one, and all that. I'd be a fool not to. If you're not convinced, you should go and talk to Brohl in his chambers. He knows more about the dwarves than anyone. All right. Nice to talk to you. See you soon.
Alright, group. Split up.
I've got your back.
Heard you got to kill those looters. Wish I could have joined you. I haven't been allowed to fight in years. Get out of my face, milk drinker. My problem is that I'm the only one around here whose head isn't buried in the sand. That's my problem. I mean, everyone acts like nothing's wrong. But we're one stupid mistake away from being wiped out. like the last lot of people who lived here. Seems like I'm the only one ready for what's coming, whatever that is. And when it hits, it's every man for himself. You've been warned. I don't know, but did you ever get the feeling these statues are watching us? Like they're waiting for something. I don't like it. Bye.
Oh, a new person. Well, welcome to our city, or whatever it is the Jarl tells us to say. I'm Luki. I'm what passes for an alchemist and healer around here. I'll be honest, I don't much care for dealing with people, or healing them, but I wouldn't trust anyone else around here with the responsibility, and I guess somebody's gotta do it, right? Oh, don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't like my neighbors. I don't like anyone. Stupid, untrustworthy, selfish, ugly creatures we humans are.
I ain't no human.
But you know what? At least down here, people are on their best behavior most of the time, what with the dwarves' law and all. I mean, people are still bastards, but at least they have to be discreet about it. Nobody's openly violent, and nobody's ever stolen anything from me. Ah, yes. Poor Brandis. I've been doing my best to keep the poor fool alive. What of him? He came here with his partner, full of big talk about how Stendar sent them to purge some great evil from beneath the city. Now, none of us know exactly what's down there, but if there is a great evil, then it made the mighty Stendar look like a milk drinker. All I know is nobody with half a brain should go down there, not without a way to protect themselves from the energy that killed poor Brandis. Yes, what about him? Yes, I suppose. Just go down and check up on him for me, would you? His house is not far from here, down in the inner ring of the city. All right, see you soon, neighbor.
We can talk, but be quick. Domitus could be back any second. I'm Saphira. I'm from Markarth, from a part called the Warrens. If you've never gone there, don't. Just don't. About a year ago, I met a guy there. Said he was there for business. Nobody has any business being in the Warrens. But he had coin, and when he saw me, I saw a way out. Long story short, I followed him here. The more I think about it, though, I would have been better off in the Warrens with the beggars and skeevers. Guess you haven't met him, huh? Take my advice. Stay as far away from him as you can. If only... Look, whoever dreamt up the dwarves' law didn't think it through. Maybe it was meant to protect people, but what it really does is make everybody too afraid to stand up for themselves or challenge people in power, and Domitus knows that. He's next in line as Jarl of this place, so he gets his way by threatening to punish anyone who doesn't do what he wants. He's never physically hit anyone here, but the point is he doesn't have to. I've seen him make grown men cry. Nords, they don't cry easily. I cry most days. I think about leaving him, but where would I go? He says he'd make sure I wound up living in poverty again, like poor old Dooley. No, interfering will only make things worse. The only way you can help me is to find a way out of this city, or do something about the dwarves' law. I don't know if there's a way out or not, but there are places beneath this city nobody has ever explored. If I were you, I'd start with the tunnels. Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for. All right, but we never had this chat, okay?
Yeah. I guess.
Ah, the bandits.
The power of Magnus is at my command.
Ah, there she is.
the best wares for you, my friend.
Why this doesn't have a value.
My story? Well, my name is Degland, and I'm a merchant, yeah? But people say to me, Degland, they say, Degland, why are you a merchant? They find it surprising because I'm such an honest and trustworthy person. And sometimes you hear about your merchants who are, you know, dishonest. Well, I say to those people, I'm not like them. My father used to say to me, Degland, you can't be like the others. You be a good boy. And I was, my friend. I was not only just a good boy, I was the best boy. The best boy now, and the best merchant, with the best prices for you. Alright, see you again soon, my friend.
Okay, apparently he's a dog.
Miranda told me you cut down those looters before they... Only the finest clothes in town.
Selling more than just clothing.
I'm Habik. I live out back with my wife, Miranda. We used to live in solitude, but, we had to leave. Found this place by accident, like most. The Jarl needed someone to mind the store. So I volunteered. Doesn't make any money, of course. Not enough customers. The Jarl says he likes to keep us busy and out of trouble. But of course, he and all his cronies in the Citadel never seem to lift a finger. Our son was working at my stables outside the city. He was alone when he had a visit from some Imperial, a cousin of the High King. This Imperial thought he'd just take one of the horses as a tithe. Guess he didn't think a 12-year-old boy was going to stop him. But Limar wouldn't stand for it. And as the thief rode off, my son managed to shoot an arrow into his shoulder. But I wasn't there at the time. I came back from the market to find my son's body, trampled in the dirt. It was... I can't begin to describe it. I was shattered. I went straight to Torig's court and demanded justice. but I guess that word doesn't mean much to an Imperial. Instead, he seized my stables and told me if I ever set foot in Solitude again, my wife and I would end up the same way as Lamar. So we left. Wandered Skyrim for a while, and eventually wound up here. I was hoping this place would be better. I was wrong. I wish it was that simple. But with the Dwarves' Law, everybody here is terrified of doing anything wrong, in case it gets us all killed. The Dwarves wrote, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." But we don't know what they meant by sin. Theft. Violence, probably. But maybe they meant all sorts of things, like dishonesty or disobedience to the Jarl. That's what Metellus would like us to think, anyway. So I could ignore his orders. Sure. I could even lead an uprising against him. Gods know most of us are sick of him, but I'd be risking the lives of everyone here, and I just don't want to be responsible for that. So here I am, running my shop. Could be worse. Don't be a fool. That sort of dangerous talk could get us all killed. If you don't believe me, go and talk to Broll. Dunmer fellow. Can't miss him. All right. All right. Thanks for stopping by.
Alright, let's go find Broll. Nice seeing all those books just start glowing.
Hello, neighbor. I understand we have you to thank for dispensing with some would-be looters. So, thank you. My story? What a strange question. You presuppose that my life is a simple linear sequence of events which can be summed up in a verbal narrative? Well, that's nonsense, of course. First, most of it was so long ago I barely remember. Second, you would have to assume that the account I give you is biased heavily in my favor, and is therefore quite unreliable. And finally, my story is really much less interesting than this mysterious place. Now, do you have any sensible questions, or can I get back to work? Well, why didn't you say so? I researched Dwarven history and technology, and I'm originally from Kragenmoor in Morrowind. Any other questions? Well, the dwarves who built this city left inscriptions in the citadel, which translate to, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." My research leads me to believe that if a single member of our community sins, it'll trigger an event, killing us all. I believe such an event occurred some years ago, which is why Metellus found the city littered with burned corpses. But to this day, there are many questions we simply don't have answers for. How is the Dwarves' Law still being enforced? How does it work? And we may never know, as long as nobody attacks or steals from anybody else. Until we know more, we all need to be on our best behavior. That is the sun under the ground. Or at least that's how it's referred to in the Dwarven text we've managed to translate. I must confess, I haven't the faintest idea of how it works. But it seems to be giving us light and allowing us to grow crops, even under the ground. Of course, if it ever stops glowing, for whatever reason, we'll all be in quite a lot of trouble. But don't concern yourself with such dark thoughts. I'm sure we have nothing to worry about.
time travel. You know, as it happens, I do. It was a great obsession of mine for years after my wife passed. I thought if I could go back, I gave up on that idea a long time ago. But recently the Jarl has asked to see my research notes. How strange that you should now take an interest too. Can I ask what the nature of your interest is in this unusual subject? I don't quite know what to say to that. How can I put this charitably? Perhaps you're tired and emotional and need some rest. But I always enjoy discussing my theories with a receptive mind, so I'll humor you. What did you want to ask? For argument's sake, if you found yourself in that position, you'd have only two options. To live out your days in the past, or force a paradox. A paradox, you see, would involve changing the past so as to prevent the events which caused you to travel back in time in the first place. But you'd be taking a big risk by doing that. Who knows what the consequences would be? Some say that whatever you do, it will lead you right back to the future that took you back in time in the first place. An eternal loop, if you will. But me, I believe that creating a paradox should fling you back to your original time, having changed the past for you and everyone else. Well, let's say for argument's sake that you really have traveled here from the future. You could create a paradox in a few different ways. Essentially, you could do anything that would remove your means or motivation to return to the past. For example, you came here to achieve some goal. Achieving that goal would mean you will never have been motivated to come here. A paradox. Or, if the thing that allowed you to travel back in time is still here, as a past version of itself, you could simply destroy it, I suppose. That would mean, of course, that you will never have been able to travel back in time. Another paradox. But doing so could have terrible consequences. But if you really are from the future, as unlikely as that is, telling me or anybody else what happens next could have disastrous consequences too. I think it's best if we talk about something else. Very well. Come back if you think of any questions about something you discover.
I'm gonna BRB to get water. I'm back. Let's talk to Jazargo. Oh, and I guess Rumarin as well.
Remember, when in doubt, aim for the crotch.
Jazargo, where are you going? Guess this is my place. Or Zula's place. I haven't learned that ability.
Where to next?
Let's go find this Brandis guy. And let's type.
I have talked to the Dunmer Brawl. He and many others here genuinely believe in the dwarf's law, that any sin could result in everyone in the city dying. Oh, he does not know how such would happen. Have you learned anything?
I've been piecing at the edges. 3 things stand out. First, there's a tonal lattice humming under the streets regular, citywide, not just the usual piping. It's keyed thresholds and sight lanes, like it wants to witness and then propagate a signal.
Good job, Brelina. Brawl also mentioned that we might be able to return to the future by creating a paradox. Perhaps by preventing the destruction of the city we saw in our original time.
paradox might work, but only if the lattice recognizes the contradiction. To paths I like. Proof the law can't trigger by removing its trigger. If the city's execution depends on a watcher or a relay, we blind the watchers or to sink the relays without breaking anything they call a sin.
I didn't mean to end the conversation. Oh well. You can follow me. To go find what's his face.
Seems you've bloodied your knuckles a few times. Seems you've bloodied your knuckles a few times. Seems you've bloodied your knuckles a few times.
Well, that didn't work.
You there. Come over here. I'm beyond help. The potions do nothing. And I don't have much time. I just need to tell you something. Stendar, he plants these images in my head. He shows me secrets. Made me come here. Something terrifying. Deep in the earth beneath the city. Powerful. And evil. I went down into the tunnels to destroy it. But the energy, it seeps into your bones. Please. Please, you must find a way to get down there. And finish what
Oh no. Let's mute myself again.
This death seems scripted, Like someone wanted us to see his death, to hear his warnings.
I felt it too. Not chance staged. Whoever's running this wants witnesses in fear, not a clean kill. Hold a moment while I listen to the room. The ash hasn't settled on his boots, and that candle's fresh.
This city, everything about it feels odd. The social tensions between the rich and poor. But time magic wielded by a Nord. Some great evil beneath the city. It reminds me of someone.
It should. A city wound tight by rules and fear, a Nord tugging at time. Whispers about a hungry thing below. It stinks of a curate's sermon wrapped around a machine. Dwemer Lalaris love witnesses and binaries. Innocent/guilty. Seen/unseen. Whoever you're thinking of, I'm thinking of the Senate preening over the oculary while pretending they weren't feeding it. Listen, do you hear that low flutter under the stone?
I do hear the flutter, whispers, perhaps from the web spinner, Mephala. She was no fan of the Dwemer, not with their abuse of Lorcan's heart. Could she be this evil? Could her love of subterfuge and scandal be causing the social tensions?
Tempting theory, but the web spinner prefers threads no one can name until the knot tightens. This feels blunt by comparison. Thresholds, witnesses, a single punished transgression. That's Dwemer Lawcroft with a moral mask, not Mephala's spider silk. If a prince were meddling, I'd expect appetite.
point. Maybe a Dwemer apostle to Mephala. Either way, we need more evidence before we draw further conclusions. I will pray to the three good, Hydra including Mephala, for guidance. Perhaps she can at least keep the tensions from boiling over and triggering the dwarves' law.
If you're set on praying, do it softly, and away from their sightlines. Pilatus likes witnesses. I'll map its heist while you ask for threads. Free practicals while you commune.
That was a wonderful conversation. That is just some 10 out of 10 role playing. There she is.
So much to do, so little time.
Expert in the armor. Well, there's two people I could think of asking.
By the 8! I hear you took name's Castellus Vitus, military engineer of the Imperial Legion. Out of action right now, but don't worry, I'm still in the service. What about you? Now that's just the sort of cowardly nonsense I'd expect from a Stormcloak sympathizer. Off with you then. Go on. Go bother somebody else.
Well, I suppose you're right. But don't think that friendship will last if we ever get out of here. You understand that, right?
Spit it out then. Yes, well, not completely. A little. I think I understand the pipes that run all over the place. See, they mainly carry water. There's a single pipe on the top floor bringing water from outside the citadel inside. Water then trickles down through each floor to the lake. But that's not all. It seems the water flowing through these pipes causes these gears to rotate. And when that happens, they somehow create light. The dwarves were brilliant engineers. I doubt I could hold a candle to them. Not that I would need to, with all the lights in this place. Ah yes, my workshop. Well, of course, as an engineer through and through, I couldn't resist the urge to dismantle some of this dwarven technology. How complicated can it be, I thought. As it turns out, it's extremely complicated. You see these gleaming dwarven busts in every room? Well, I think I know what they are. They all seem to be connected to the pipes running all over the city and down the front of the citadel. And I've seen these things before in other ruins, but these are different. Their eyes are glowing with blue light. Have you noticed? But whenever you see one of these things, remember, someone or something is watching everything you do, waiting for you to break the dwarves' law. Suspicious behavior, you say? Ah, so the Jarl has found a task for you, keeping tabs on us, Don't worry, your secret's safe with me, friend. Well, the Citadel's mainly full of good Imperial stock, so you don't have to worry too much about them. But now that you mention it, lately I've been wondering if the Citadel isn't haunted. Every now and then, mostly late at night, I swear I can hear a woman sobbing. I'll be damned if I know where it's coming from, but it's not Gaia next door, so who could it be but a ghost? Gods know a lot have died in here. Jarl's got me working on repairs to the Citadel. This place was built to last, but it still needs an engineer's touch every now and then. Door hinges need to be oiled, cracks need to be patched up, and that bloody water pipe in the bathroom is constantly springing a leak. But it's a good idea to make yourself useful around here. No doubt the Jarl will make good use of your skills too, whatever those might be. Suspicious? Well, the Citadel's mainly full of good Imperial stock, so you don't have to worry too much about them. But now that you mention it...
What do you want? What about it? Nope. This is the only one like it in the whole city. It's not for sale. Uh-huh.
So much work.
If only this was like more window notes. That would be honestly a bit helpful for a quest like this.
Hello, neighbor. Yes. Most dwarven armor you see these days is quite badly worn. But this piece is still perfect, after thousands of years. It also seems to have some magical properties. It should protect you from the harmful energy down in the tunnels below the city. It all but killed Brandis when he went down there. But he didn't have a full set. If you can get down there safely, let me know what you discover. Farewell. Come back if you think of any...
Full set? I only have the boots. And that one guy has the chess piece. Spoke to her earlier. We want to go into the abandoned palace. Haven't really had a reason to mention it.
This is the power of the Telvanni.
Mushrooms over there. Talk to this guy.
Oh, hello. I wasn't following you. My what? My story? Oh, do you want to hear about me? I'm sorry, but my memory's not very good. I only remember some things. I came here with my brother Horrible. He used to look after me, and he said he always would. But then he died. Now nobody looks after me. I'm not very good at remembering things. Sometimes I forget, so I need help. That's why I need some help finding Horrible's treasure. Well, my brother told me before he died that he had left me something very precious in a secret chest. He hid it away just for me. I've asked the others for help, but they don't help me. The Yard even wrote me this letter, but I'm not very good with words. Here, do you think you could read it for me? Tell me what it says.
I just love this story. The passion, the characterizations.
Well, what does it say? You did? Oh, thank you. What does it say? What? No, that can't be right. My brother, he told me. He told me he left me a fortune. He would lie to me. Why would he lie to me? You'll help me, won't you? You'll help me find it, please. Thank you. All I know is that it's hiding somewhere in the city. And you need this rusty key. My brother gave it to me to unlock it. I can't. Sorry. I don't remember things so good. But he said it was hidden under the ground and that I have to hold my breath. That's all I remember. Bye-bye.
Anna's getting all confused over there. I could just steal a bunch of weed. Well, who knows? Maybe it actually is listed as stealing. Like vanilla. Alright, let's speed this up. Head holding breath. Well, the only place to hold breath that we know of it is with the water. You can harvest wheat. 32 wheat. That's just... house at least to look into. Oh, that's just a ladle. It looked like a key. Oh, it looks like the spell's gonna last a decent amount of time at the very least. Not an immaculate health. Fishies. Are these men?
This is the power of the Telvanni.
Stop right there. What is this one doing here? Ah, the locked chest. Yes, we have it, but have been unable to open it. Why don't you come in and join us for dinner? It knows it is smart and savage, this one. Perhaps it is safer for us to eat mushrooms again tonight. But no meat for us means no chest for you. It stays locked up tight in our tower.
Nice. Surely there's some peaceful that we can come to.
What is it?
This is the power of the Telvanni. The power of Magnus is at my command.
I'll melt the lock.
Now you burn, Fetcher. Victory will be mine!
That's not.
What is it?
You just turn invisible in front of you. Fauna gonna teleport to me? Nope.
Interesting, very interesting.
Things to sell. I don't have it favorited.
This is the power of the Telvanni.
Kind of interesting how my character sinks in. Maybe I had the camera just pointed a little bit too far down.
Oh, hello. Yes, what about it? You did? What was in it? A key. Harrison left me a key. I'm confused. It was supposed to be something valuable, but it's just a key. What do we do with the key? Oh, all right. Maybe there's a treasure in there. A big pile of gold coins and gemstones. Maybe you could even share some of it with me.
Is that a chest under the water? Whatever happened to... One minute there. Ah, yep, she teleported to me now.
Everybody's talking about... What? You think if you butter me up, I'll start making food for you, too? Forget it. My kitchen's for Citadel residents only. Go make your own food. Bye.
Oh gods, not again! Please don't hurt me! Thank the gods! Quickly, you have to let me down before that monster comes back. Okay, but please hurry. I'm Maisie. I lived down in the city with my husband Ulrin until a few months ago when that animal Metalis tricked me into coming here. He keeps me here as a... Oh gods, I can't. You have to let me down, please. I've never done anything to deserve this. Of course it is. But I think the dwarves are blind to whatever happens in this room. You can see the dwarven bust over there got broken somehow. So you'll let me go then? What? Why not? So you're just gonna leave me here? What is wrong with you? You're just like him. You're sick. Get out of here.
But apparently that bust can't see it. No Fusro dock currently. Okay.
Hello again, my friend. Any word about the matter we... Of course. What do you want me to clarify? All right. Well, let me know when you've worked it out. I'll have to trust your judgment. And there's no going back once you point the finger.
This is the power of the Telvanni.
I talked to her. Yeah. That in. That one.
Good.
I heard you took care of some looters for us. If you want to hear about little old me, aren't you adorable? But wouldn't you rather hear what I know about everyone else around here? Go on. Ask me. There's something creepy about Marius up in the Citadel. Plus, he never comes down to the tavern. And you just can't trust a man who doesn't drink. Nobody here locks their door, except the Jarl. I hear there's a locked room. Did you notice the big crack in the floor near the city gate? They say some poor fool fell to his death trying to scale the front of the Citadel. Come and visit me again anytime you like.
I heard you took down some bandits. Well, it's a sad one. But I don't mind telling it. Name's Golvar. I'm a farmer. Always was. Grew up on a farm near Whiterun. It was a good life. Fresh milk and eggs every day. Running around the farm barefoot with my brother and sisters. Never even had to lock our doors. One day, when I was about 18, my father and I were carting some produce into the market when we saw a group of strangers in the top field. My father told me to run back to the house and get his axe. So I did. I ran so fast I almost threw up. But by the time I got back, it was too late. I found him dead by the side of the road. The cart and all our produce was gone. That was the first time I learned about bandits. My mother passed soon after, and I took over the farm. Now, I'm as good a farmer as any, and better than most, but things went downhill from there. The raiding started before long. I'd come outside at dawn and find a few chickens missing. Next it was a cow, then 2 cows. That was the first time in 5 generations my family started locking its doors at night. We knew the guards from Whiterun weren't going to help us. One night, when we had nothing left to steal, there was a knock at the door. I knew who it was and what they wanted. I took my father's axe and pulled the door open real quick. Before he knew it, that bandit had my father's axe right down the middle of his skull. But there were more of them. I never saw how many, because the next thing I knew, I was waking up with a mouth full of dirt and lungs full of smoke. My home was burned to rubble. My family slaughtered like cattle. And they left me alive to see what they'd done. It's still bad. Well, at least I got one of the bastards. Cleaved that grin of his right in half. Anyhow, after that I drifted some. To God, and then one day, next thing I knew, well, I'm not. Just do me a favor and keep that last part to yourself, would you?
So, what's the plan? All right then.
If anyone sneaks up on us, I'll smell them coming. Or I might not. We will see.
Did I take something from him?
Khajiit will follow.
Let's try another conversation.
So we traveled 7 years into the past. What were you all doing 7 years ago?
Am I going to get a response? Slowly but surely.
7 years ago, I was perfecting the art of drinking on other people's coin and sleeping in stables without smelling like them. Also learned that if you conjure a sword in a tavern, you pay for the table even if you didn't mean to cut it in half.
I was in Morrowind, pretending to enjoy household lectures about proper Telvanni emission while sneaking extra hours with Alderish primers. Mostly, I practiced wards so my aunt's fumble servants would stop knocking me into bookcases.
I was arguing with my father about joining the college, chopping wood to prove I could still swing an axe and saving every septim for the trip north. I practiced little sparks at night in a barn and prayed the hay wouldn't catch.
7 years ago, Jezargo was in elsewhere, making sand glow with lightning to impress a moon singer and stealing an hour each night with borrowed tones. Jezargo decided then that Skyrim would hear his name, and now it does his.
I gotta look up a term.
"7 years ago, I think that's around the time I broke up with the Ashkan son. That in turn led to me being exiled from the Zainab tribe.
GPT-5 is being slow tonight. Come on. 46.5 seconds.
That's a hard exile to carry. If you want it said aloud, I'm glad you chose yourself over title. We can make a new circle around you, here and now.
I'm sorry, Zula. Family turning its back leaves a cold you feel for years. You're not alone with us, not now.
7 years ago, I got tossed from a tavern for less than that. Different door, same feeling. If the Zainab can't appreciate your taste, their loss. We'll find you a better tribe with fewer spits and more sweet rolls.
HMPH, if those who claim to be your people cast you out for this, then they are not your people. Cesargo's people are those who stand beside him when blades come out.
Let me look up a good ingredient.
Well, he spread lies about me, so after he came back from a hunt wounded, I, mixed in some violet coperness into his health potion. I meant for it to taste better and take longer to heal, but instead his wound festered. I was blamed for the boy's death.
Violet coperness accelerates rot if it meets tainted blood. If his wound was dirty with a tincture set to long bitterness becomes sepsis. That's not the same as murder, but it is a lesson to never make spite with medicine.
I've made reckless choices out of anger. It doesn't excuse the harm that followed. If you want to put a shape to this, I'll help you write it down cleanly, the way a steward would read it. Truth has a way of surviving rumors.
I brewed Hanover cures that turned into spiritual experiences. And by spiritual I mean the spirit leaves the body and refuses to come back. Your mistake had teeth, but the lies put the bite in. If we ever cross paths with the Ashton's tail spinners, I'll happily collect interest.
Each and age, the boy's lies were poisoned first. Your mushroom only found an open door.
I've had a long time to think about it, but in the end it led me to the Telvanni, where I got in trouble with another boy's story for another time, and then Skyrim. So in the end, everything worked out with the good Deidre's blessings.
I can accept that turnings of fate brought you here, but I won't credit them to nameless blessings alone. You chose to keep moving and to learn. That choice matters. If you ever want to tell the Telvanni chapter, I'll listen without judgment.
If the path carried you to the college and to us then, I'm grateful for every rough step of it. The good Deidre can keep their mysteries. I'll take your resolve and a clear plan for tomorrow.
To blessings, curses, and the fine art of stumbling into the right room at the wrong time. If Destiny had a ledger, I'd still prefer to tip the server and sneak out the back. For now, shall we order the future around and see if it gets friendlier?
Blessings are wine. Your clothes are what carried you.
This has been a great role-playing session. Talk to him.
What is it? I'm sorry, what's my story? What in oblivion is your story? How dare you come in here like you own the place and expect me to explain myself to you? I beg your pardon, did you just threaten to hurt me? Is that supposed to make me frightened of you? Let me explain something to you, peasant. Cut a single hair on my beard, cast a single spell, fire a single arrow, and the dwarves' law means you're dead. Dead. Got it? You might have been somebody important in your old life, but down here, you're no one. Here, I own you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Nonsense. Not even a peasant like you would be stupid enough to do that. Everybody knows it would break the dwarves' law and get us all killed. So I'll speak to you and the other peasants as I see fit, and there's nothing you can do about it. Got it? Now get out of my sight. I'm sick of you.
Heard you held back an invasion all on your own. Well, I'd be lying if I said they're happy. But I'd also be lying if I said I cared. They're decent people and all. But they seem to have an hard time grasping that somebody round here's got to work the farms, or we all starve. Gulver's the worst of the lot. Seems like a decent man at first, but he's got a temper on him. Once he told me he killed a man before he came here. He'll tell you, if you ask him. Of course, down here with the dwarves' law, a bad temper could land us all in a lot of trouble. I'd keep an eye on that one, if I were you. My story? Well, I'm from Markarth originally. Started working at Kolskegger Mines as a lad, and after a while, the Silverbloods made me foreman. I was doing pretty well for myself, until somebody decided to knock me down the shaft into this place. I had a wife and son. Still up there, I suppose, though they probably think I'm long gone. But chin up, right? Meanwhile, I'm stuck down here, supervising workers to earn me keep, waiting for the day that I can get out of here and back to my life in Markarth. Alright, well, I'll see you around.
Yeah, we've talked. She looked different. She looked like a Dunmer. Have I talked to her?
I hear you're
Good
handy
day,
in a
sir.
fight. Glad you're on our side, love. My story? Oh, not much to tell, love. I just work the land, make sure we've got enough food for everyone. Can't afford to run out here, you know? It's hard work. Probably harder than being Jarl, but I don't mind it. Keeps me active as I'm getting on a bit. And I sleep soundly every night. No, love. I don't think he works hard at all. And I'd say the same to his face if I ever saw him. But he's always hiding up there in his citadel, doing... You know what? I'm not even sure what he does. I know he doesn't keep order. We've got the dwarves' law for that. But live and let live, I say. Long as I have a roof over my head and food on my table, and good neighbors like Gulvar, I can't complain. Bye for now.
Guess this is a decent time to Citadel. If there's any immaculate piece. That ain't immaculate. Interesting.
I hear you got to kill some looters. I'm just sorry I wasn't there to help.
How do I know that he, of all the Imperials, is Quintus?
My story? It's about a quiet man who preferred to keep to himself. Quintus? My name is Marius. You must have the wrong person. And perhaps you're not as stupid as you look. Well done, you found me. Now, what do you want? My family? Ha! The Dark Brotherhood likes to use terms like family, but they don't know the meaning of the word. They're still holding a grudge because I left them, you see. They don't like it when people leave them. It makes them look ineffectual. Say, do you happen to know whether anyone else knows I'm here? That is excellent news. Hopefully it will be the last we hear of them. Now, what's it going to take for you to keep this quiet? Oh, you grubby skeever. Fine, here are your coins. Just keep your mouth shut, would you?
Major success.
The power of Magnus is at my command.
Whoops. Didn't check to see where that would lead me. But I don't think we're gonna find anything else of interest. Do not fall.
We can talk, but be quick.
The power
Dominus
of
could be
Magnus
back
is at
any
my
second.
command.
Yeah, I wonder what would happen if I conjured a hostile Atronach in here while practicing magic. That would be funny.
You are taking us somewhere warm. Us. Hmm?
I want to make a custom one of this. Yeah. Wow, we're having really good luck. Still a decent amount left before I go buy more. Oh, that means I actually have one more left. But I don't think it will fit.
Yes?
Should I rest my eyes for a moment?
I guess Dark Elves don't need to get that much sleep.
You'd think that after all this work, I'd finally be able to get some sleep.
I'm just gonna dump into Magicka. Because again, I want to keep my health low so that way I can continue to be one-shotted. One or two-shotted. Want to put in there, or do I just want to save for that thing? Beach that's close to... I have nothing on. Oh, and we haven't even touched any of these. Yeah, get those Mafala perks. Oh, I'm not gonna... Guess not. Something or one day. Go check out the abandoned palace. Right, I set them to relax. Need that. Oh, my ancestors are telling me. Sure. Don't see no yellow dot. Nope. Need to turn off that view. I'm not gonna go through every single coffin. Be a bit much. Oh no. I failed platforming. Yeah, I saw her blue. Dwarven spear. helmet immaculate? No.
Come on.
Power of Magnus is at my command.
Take that! Victory will be mine!
Now you burn, Fetcher.
One less thing you want.
Surrounded.
Game saving. Does not like to open up the or anything. Awful water? Or those things. Or burnt corpses everywhere.
Take that! Let's get this over with! Die, damn! Let's get this over with! Take that! Die, damn! Let's get this over with! Victory will be mine!
Now you burn, Fetcher.
Stairs leading up.
Die, damn you!
Get him!
Let's get this over with! Take that! Victory will... Let's get this over with!
Don't even think of letting
Die, damn you! I can take you. Let's get this over with! Die, damn you! Let's get this over with! Victory will... Take that!
Lets himself get surrounded.
I didn't pray in the morning. Let's pray to Mofala.
Shh!
Do some sneaky sneak.
Is someone there?
Victory will be mine! Let's get this over with!
Not the best you can do.
They're so weak to ice. Do they fit into? Still have soul gems, common soul gems.
Take that!
No, it's not even locked.
They're dead. What was that?
It's sellable.
Sweat. And we survived. Didn't expect that.
Ow.
Your wound seems serious.
Oh, that was enough to put me over.
I'm right behind you.
Intrigue, yeah, let's actually
Can I help you?
give her some gold.
Let's get going then.
Lighter.
If anyone sneaks up on us, I'll smell them coming. Or I might not. We will see. We follow them.
I didn't check over.
Victory will be mine!
Come on.
Ow, what did that?
Your wound seems serious.
Up we continue.
Shadow hide you.
Barricade? I thought that was like just ingredients. I didn't even notice the body. Yep. Didn't think it would. Oh, still locked. The necromancer. Oh. Quest mashed potatoes.
Powerful words. Powerful words.
What was that?
I'm disappointed.
Yep, nothing changed here. You didn't have a key.
Such is the power of the written word.
Oh, you can't take this. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's the enchanted ring that he has.
The power of Magnus is at my command. This is the power of the Telvanni.
That's just a cup.
The power of Magnus is at my command.
Ah, here's the way down.
Let the cold consume you.
You can't win it.
Take that!
Guess that's the
What
last
a
of them.
coward. Didn't even put up a proper fight.
Bats. Interesting.
Feel my power.
Live another day. Well, live to fight another battle.
Let the cold consume you. Ha! Found you.
Careful.
Die, damn you! Take that! Die, damn you!
Interesting, very interesting.
I can't take the journals. Alright, Onman, I got things that
You
can
need
be
something?
sold.
I am happy to help if I can.
Good enough.
Is there anything else you need?
Thought one of the helmets was in here. Or not helmet, one of the armor pieces. Oh, I thought it was a helmet. That wasn't. I gotta sneeze. Can't find no key to unlock all doors. Oh. Oh right, can't go out this. How do we get out? I have. If, in fact,
This is the power of the Telvanni.
oh, I guess you're supposed to jump into the ocean, not ocean. Lake. The only other I haven't explored.
No! Make it!
Alright, so there's just the helmet in here. So we just need to find the gauntlet. Where are the gauntlets? Abandoned pallet.
Hello, neighbor. Made it brilliant. What did you find in there? How terrible. But not unexpected. Narnabis was a reckless fellow. But did you discover something about the dwarf's law? Some relic or text? Let me see it. That is disturbing. This Dorotus fellow set out to disprove the existence of the dwarf's law, and instead triggered some kind of mass execution. So the dwarf's law is real, and can be triggered simply by striking another person. I take no pleasure in being vindicated in relation to this. But there's something else that troubles me. If the dwarf's law is still being enforced, does that not suggest the existence of some kind of judge? And this judge, who watches over us, well, I'm not going to say it out loud, but do whatever you need to do, for yourself, and for us all.
Where are the gloves? Oh, that's something good stout. Nah, bother us. That we will deal with the next stream. That'll be all for now.